a full trailer for the Fallout TV show dropped, and well, despite being set in the west coast of the United States, it seems to be Bethesda's Fallout through and through, which is not a surprise, and it might still be a decent show, but I think it's safe to say that old school Fallout fans are not going to be very happy. They're hitting us with plenty of nostalgia beats, the 1950s style Vault-Tec corporatization, bobbleheads, stim packs, and they play I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire by the Ink Spots instead of the song Maybe, but honestly that's the right thing to do. But let's focus on what we see in terms of storyline and lore, because it seems like they are doing something very substantial in this story. It's almost undeniable at this point that Bethesda has some kind of fascination with the Brotherhood of Steel, a faction that most likely will ultimately succumb to stagnation and die out. Judging by what we saw with Starfield, perhaps they identify with such things. That was a joke. I haven't actually played Starfield myself yet. But in all seriousness, we get to see the NCR troopers in this trailer, and a few things stand out. They're looking kinda haggard. In New Vegas, the troopers all had very organized looking standard issue armor and weapons. In this, not so much. They're also at war with the Brotherhood. Again. And I'm guessing it has to do with this. As you can see, the sign says Shady Sands Public Library, and behind it lies a giant crater. Shady Sands is the first town you visit in Fallout, and it develops into the capital of the new California Republic. Could it be that the Brotherhood of Steel, an organization that claims to safeguard advanced technologies, such as nuclear weapons, from the hands of those who will misuse it, used a nuclear weapon to attack the NCR? Or is the Brotherhood being framed somehow? I don't know. What this does seem to indicate, however, is that Shady Sands is gone, but even so, we don't know what's going on with Vault City, with Arroyo, the Hub, and all the other NCR territories. Were they all bombed too? It might have been their capital, but Shady Sands was not the only city within the NCR nation. Either way, it looks like the NCR are on its last legs, and the Brotherhood of Steel are doing better than ever. Judging by this Squire dude's words, it seems that they started taking on new members. That must have something to do with it. Speaking of which, at one point we see this so-called Squire inside a suit of T-60 powered armor. I don't remember the helmets being able to do that, but whatever. I'm still questioning the sheer volume of T-60 power armor that the Brotherhood have in their possession now. They'll probably address the NCR situation in the show. This power armor thing, they probably won't. The people who are even aware of such things are going to be in the minority anyway. But what I really hope is that they didn't contrive this storyline in an attempt to place it in the West Coast, but make it feel as decrepit and stunted like the East Coast. You might remember this little piece of criticism in the Fallout 3 days. Why hasn't there been any substantial progress of organization or rebuilding after 200 years? People over in California did. Why not Washington DC? Now Fallout 4 addressed this by saying, well, we tried to organize, but the Institute sent Synths to kill everyone for reasons. I guess we'll get some sort of exposition moments from the Ghoul Bounty Hunter. He's a very old man though, even older than Miguel from New Vegas. And even Miguel kept talking about how old he is and how his old bones can't keep up anymore. Miguel was a teenager when the bombs fell. This bounty hunter was a full-grown man. I guess he's spry. We also got to see a live-action Mr. Handy. It proceeds to harvest our main character's organs, which means that it's not a Mr. Handy at all. It must actually be a Mr. Orderly, the variant that you find out in the Big Empty. It also looks really good. From what we've seen, the CGI and overall production value of the show seem quite significant. I only hope that there's also a Miss Nanny nearby with Curie's voice. What else we got? Dude punching Yago in the face. Power armor isn't made of tissue paper. I wish that was the case in the games. We got a bigger look at whatever this thing is. At first I thought it was the TV show's take on a centaur, but apparently that's not what it is. Which reminds me, we haven't seen any super mutants. Yes, the Master's army fell a very long time ago, but since New Vegas, we know that they're still around, trying to make a life for themselves. Whatever happened to mean son bitch, Lily, or Marcus? Perfect opportunity to bring in Michael Dorn. What else? The Ghoul Bounty Hunter is a junkie. We can see him consuming some sort of chem here that I don't think we've ever seen before in the Fallout universe. Maybe ant nectar? I really hope they aren't doing the women are brave, men are cowards trope. And the line, everyone wants to save the world, they just disagree on how, does indeed sum everything up. This show is releasing on April 11th. It's a month away, and I've been suggesting that the next gen Fallout 4 will be releasing sometime next to it. Now I'm not so sure, because I think we would have heard something about it by now, but Bethesda's gone dark again. They're waiting to see if the TV show flops or not? I don't know. Let's talk about it in the comment section. Are you excited for the show, the game? Did I miss something? Or you want to vent about some perceived SJW-ness in the show? Either way, let me know.